crazy is that less than a year ago, this was just covered in snow and I could not hike here. But now it is beautiful and peak fall hiking weather. The weather is so good that my biggest fear for today is getting sunburned. I'm wearing sunscreen, but I didn't bring any with me in my pack, which was a grave error. Super rookie mistake. So I look like a trapper for the day. And we're gonna pray to God that I don't get sunburnt. It's almost 9 a.m. Allegedly, there's like 7 hours of hiking to do these 3 peaks. Go all around this area. We'll see how far we get. I'm a pretty fast hiker, so I'm hoping to beat it so that I can make it back in time. If not, I'm fucked. My first goal is to get to that mountain hut up there. And then behind it is Mount Oyama and Onanji. There's the tallest peak in this area. That's Murata Sanzo right there. And damn, the colors are just so beautiful. I said this in my last hiking video, but Japanese hikers are ready for anything. Probably a lot of these people are doing overnight camps on one of the huts along the way, but I would say that even most day campers or day hikers bring like pads, poles, equipment for any conditions. And I'm out here wearing my running vest with 2 500 ml fluids. I've got a downed vest and a rain shell in my backpack here, but I don't think I'm gonna use them. I'm literally wearing a short sleeve shirt right now because I hike so quickly. I run really hot, and so when the sun goes down it'll be a different story, but till then, yeah, this is basically just excess space on my back. If I were to do it again, I'd bring a better hat and sunscreen. They didn't sell any sunscreen at the shop, which was crazy. They sold everything else except sunscreen. All right, this is the first stop. Beautiful view of the other side. We're going up there. Following this little itty bitty ridge. That's where the hike begins, basically. To give you a sense of where we just came from down there at Murata Sanzo. And yeah, we're doing pretty good on time. I'm about 15 minutes faster than what was expected, so let's keep trekking, baby. Jesus Christ. That was such an insane scramble up that ridge. This is the peak though. Highest part of Mount Tateyama, right there. What an insane view. It's like Azores, man. Sorry, like Madeira. You're like above the clouds. It's insane. There's actually ice down there. It's really cold, but it's so sunny that I'm sweating and I'm wearing just a t-shirt. For the Alps this way. Right there you can see the dam. The Kurobiko Dam, I think. You can keep taking public transit from where we started through this mountain range basically and end up on the other side and then keep going through the mountains, and Nagano is somewhere over there. It's sort of the other side of this trek if you're doing a one-way day trip. But yeah, oh my god, I need to take this all in. Oyama Shrine up there. It's kind of like Rocky Ridge, and you can really tell people thin out after here, and the number of sign markers is pretty sus. Just kind of haphazardly spray painted on the rocks. Don't go that way, go that way. If I was wearing my sunglasses, I probably could not see that. But yeah, we're having fun. This is adventure, man. This is nature. Oh, there's people down there actually. Let's see if we can zoom in. There's people there. It's so funny, this is like a relatively small area, I think, but because of the amount of scrambling, like, look at this. It's literally just scrambling on boulders. Oh, cool. Here's the next one. Speak of the devil. But yeah, because the amount of scrambling, it's like really slow progress. I am absolutely hating this downhill scramble. It's also not marked. Thankfully, these kind people in front of me are showing me the way. But I'm really hoping that when we get to that ridge over there, I can do some trail running, because these are trail running shoes, not hiking shoes. And I want to actually try them out. But we're doing great on time. It's been about 2 hours since I left Murado. And by the book, I think I should have done around 2.5 hours. So I'm about 30 minutes faster than the quoted time. And I would like to keep making those gains so that I can comfortably do this entire circuit in one afternoon. That would make me, it's so scary. That would make me really, really happy. Bye-bye. Now this is what we're here for. A little trail run. I actually have no idea if this is the right way. Oh, cool, a sign. What does this say? Mount Masago. That's where we need to go. So the cool thing about this crater is that you can really see the crater here. But what's cool is that there's a lot of juncture points where you can go back down into the valley from these peaks. So this way right here goes down to over there. Where are they? Yeah, the campsite over there, Raicho Daira.
All right, I have to do a voiceover for this bit because the wind up here was just crazy. But yeah, this was like one of the most breathtaking views of any hike I'd ever done. That's Mount Surigidake right there, which I hope to hike one day as well, but it was just not possible in a single day. Yeah, absolutely breathtaking views. You can see the autumn colors, super scenic ridgeline route. I'm just pointing out where the next part of this trail is going to be, and the way back down to the campground, and then back to the hotel/bus terminal where I was going to get picked up later that afternoon.
We are descending into the Raichozawa Valley, which is where those tents are down there. And we started up there, beyond that. But it's kind of crazy because just an hour or so ago, or maybe 2 hours ago, we were up there. All the way up there. That's crazy. And then we follow that entire ridge line. That's where I was running. Running. And then it kind of curved around. It's behind this mountain right here. Whoa. But it's like behind there, and then we kind of scooped along and poked out over there. And now we're walking down. I mean, these kinds of hikes are just so insane because they give you such an incredible perspective of where you are, where you have been, where you're gonna go. At least for me, there's never any fear or anxiety about getting lost or not knowing where to go, even with the super minimal planning that I did. There's an Oji-chan somewhere up there. We just passed like a couple minutes ago. And I was just thinking how Japanese hikers, in addition to being extraordinarily over-prepared for any weather, any conditions, they're also incredibly nice. I think I've been stopped like 6 or 7 times while I've been traversing this like intermediate range, you know, kind of like after all the tourists leave. I've probably been stopped like, yeah, a half dozen times or so by Japanese hikers that speak variable amounts of English, and they're like just so excited to see me here. They're like, what is a white guy doing here? I'm so unprepared compared to them, but I'm like clearly just sending it. And I've been asked for pictures 3 times. I don't think they're Instagram followers or subscribers, you know, but if they are, that would obviously be peak. I think they're just representative of how friendly Japanese people are. Yeah, this old Japanese man just spoke to me and asking me like where I had traveled from and which mountains I had climbed and stuff. And legend, man. I'm trying to be, he's probably like 70 years old and he's climbing this rocky deluge. I'm trying to be like him. I hope I'm not sunburning. I hope you guys notice how dorky I look with my little babushka here. Little vintage made in USA joint with the merch hat. I could have got the North Face Gore-Tex one. I could have got the full, like, the 360 bucket hat, but no, I chose this boy right here because the little Thunderbird, which is found in this area. And I think I actually saw one. Kind of just ran under a rock. I'm gonna eat so much curry when I get back. Look at that, there's the campground right there. Now we just got about an hour back to the station. We're back on nice paved trail, baby. So we just passed through the campground and the way to get to Murodo, a weird name. The way to get back to the terminal is to go through the like Valley of Hell or whatever. It's basically like a volcanic area. Actually smells a little bit sulfurous already, but they're like, it might be closed if, you know, the wind direction, toxic gas, blah, 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 blah. I don't think there's another way to get to Murodo from here. So, let's see this map. And so right here, you got that. And then there's the risk that the concentration of volcanic gas will increase according to the change in wind direction. Okay, that's fine. I guess we're speed running it, or we'll become mutants. We'll get cancer, or nothing will happen at all. One of those. I just want curry, man. Alright, I was just bitching about wanting curry, but like, wow! Look at these views, man. Look at these views. We started up like over there that way, and we climbed up to that first hut over there, and did that entire ridge to over there. And then we just kind of like snaked down one of these rocky paths. Looking back at that, that's crazy. I was trail running up there. So sick.
The next stop is Kyoto, station number K11. Please change here for the Shinkansen and JR lines.
Ohayou gozaimasu. Welcome to Kyoto. Wow, my hair looks crazy. We're on the second week of my trip officially, which means that this week is gonna fly by. I'm gonna have to go home. I'm gonna be sad. But we're starting off week 2 in my favorite city in Japan, Kyoto, specifically for the Toji-san flea market. And this is why I don't vlog. The people in front of me just like turned around and looked at me as if they had heard, I don't know, like a devil. I'm gonna stop here and narrate. Toji-san flea market is held on the 21st of every month here in Kyoto at a temple near Kyoto Station. And yeah, I went for the first time last year. There's 2 flea markets. There's one on the 25th as well. I'd been to that one in the past, but last year was the first time that I went to this one on the 21st. So schedules lined up perfectly and we're on the way. This is basically where you can get you know, Japanese antiques, the stuff that makes really good home decor, gifts, you know, talking about ceramics, tools, fabrics, little, you know, like early to mid 20th century Japan is crazy. So yeah, you can find some real cool stuff for what I consider to be a great price. So let's see what today brings. Here we are. You have your fair share of, you know, things for the home, junk. There's some food vendors out front. A lot of old people, a lot of really cute old people. Some textiles. Not sure what these things are. you know, it's like part farmer's market, part sweets. You know, all the Japanese temples and things have these sweets vendors and yakitori, little snacks for when you get hungry. Some more modern vendors. And then over there, and especially on the other side of the main temple hall over here, is where all of like the actual vintage stuff is. And that's where you can really, that's where you can get lost in the sauce in a really lovely way. So yeah, it's really big. This is like Rose Bowl, but in Kyoto.
All right, I get a lot of questions asking if I speak any Japanese or if in general you need to speak Japanese to go to things like this. The answer is I speak barely any. And as you saw just there, there's plenty of, you know, non-Japanese tourist people that go to events like this. I can say the basic things like asking for the price. I know how to understand when they respond with an answer to the price. And there's just general kind of mannerisms that you should follow and respect when you go to places like this. There's a lot of, you know, elderly people that are vendors, and you want to be respectful to them and to the wares that they're selling. In Japan, bartering is not a thing. The price you see is the price you pay. Bartering is looked down upon. So, you know, play by the rules, do a little bit of research, and you'll have a lovely time in a place like this.
All right, chat, you're not gonna, I'm buzzing right now. I just got my dream antique find from the sweetest lady. I asked her the price. I know like 4 things in Japanese, and one of them is, what is the price? I asked her, and she said, 1000 yen. And I thought that meant 10,000 yen, which is like $60. And I only have 9,000 yen cash on me because I don't want to spend that much. And I came back and I was like ready to Google Translate to her saying like, which really means I have to pull out 100,000 yen because that's the minimum amount. But she's like, no, 10 yen means 1,000 yen, which is like $7. And I freaked out. So I'm officially happy. I can go home. I'm done with my trip. Oh my God, we're like an hour and a half in. The wind is picking up. I'm so tired. It's the perfect time to buy a snack on a stick. Oh, dude, I haven't even been to this part of the market yet. Jesus Christ. I feel like I got lost looping around on the other side of the temple and I haven't even been here yet. We're gonna do this, then we're gonna get a nice little treat for ourselves. We deserve it. Right, chat? I think we fucking crushed it. No, but for real, I think this was like the most exquisitely perfect flea market experience I've ever had in my life. In the sense that, well, I didn't know exactly what I wanted, except for there's this one ceramics merchant that has like this like famous ceramic studio like in the mountains somewhere around here, and I bought 3 bowls from him last year. Him and his dad are always at the same place at this flea market, and I use those bowls for my lunch, dinner, like literally every meal at home. I use at least one of those bowls, and I wanted to get another one from them because they have this like slightly curved style. And yeah, I ended up getting, so that's like what I wanted, and I ended up getting it because they actually had it in stock this year. Last year, they only had the smaller sizes of it, but you never really know what you're gonna find at the antique section of the market. And I'm so happy with my 2 purchases. One of them is this Koinobori vintage fish kite for $6. I can't believe it was $6. I'm so stoked on it. And I bought a bunch of wooden buttons. There was an old lady who makes little wooden buttons, and I bought like 15 buttons from her. That's actually the most that I spent. Spent more on the buttons than I did on the fish kite. I'm gonna use those buttons for little projects that I have coming up this year. Yeah, I'm super stoked. We're gonna head back to the hotel, relax for a bit, probably grab a coffee, a little bite to eat, and then head on out to do formal shopping. One of my favorite vintage stores in the whole world is here in Kyoto. And actually the pants that I'm wearing right now are from their hilariously expensive vintage store, but one of the best in the world, in my opinion. And we're gonna go check them out, amongst other things. So see you guys later. Something you gotta know, Kyoto is really big on pastries and bakeries. So whenever you come to Kyoto, you need to stop at every bakery that catches your eye. Calories don't count on vacation. We're hitting the bagel today from Green Rabbit Bagels. This entire area is where a lot of the shops that you might visit are. So when you need a little snacky, pop over to Green Rabbit Bagels, #ad. I got a, this is like a sesame and sweet potato. One of the reasons why I love coming to Japan in the fall is because all of the like seasonal things, specifically pastries and like bread, have some sort of sweet potato in it, and it's just so good. So, bon appetit.
A few inches later.
All right, so the Capital store here in Kyoto used to be my preferred one because it was like way more laid back. Had a really cool 2-story architecture. They've remodeled it. They've become incredibly annoying to sales associates. Maybe it's just the one that I got, but super annoying. Bad vibes. Capital, I mean, yeah, Capital is one of the brands that I need to have like a fun experience with the people that I'm there with in order to like feel confident about justifying that kind of purchase, because their clothes are so weird. This just wasn't doing it. So yeah, they didn't let me record in there. They were just kind of like tracking me like a hawk, like 2 footsteps behind me. The moment I touched anything on the rack, they like fixed it. Yeah, not a good look for the Kyoto Capital store. On to the next one.
One eternity later.
Not gonna lie, I've been striking out a couple of times. All the places that I normally go to. There's a second street here and a store called Kanful. They call it Kanfuru. Kanful. Kanful. Those are like the 2 secret bangers, I would say, here in the Kyoto shopping area. Stopped by another vintage store called Homies. Didn't record any footage in there because it was packed with people, and the last thing I want to do is invade people's personal space in a tiny little vintage store with my annoying white man narration and iPhone. But definitely check out Homies when you're in Kyoto. It's by far the most expensive / overpriced vintage store I've ever seen in my life, but it is also point blank one of the best vintage stores in the entire world. The selection is just insane. And yeah, one of my best vintage purchases ever actually was from there, and it was really expensive. It was a pair of pants, but I wear them like every single day. And the number of compliments / conversations that get started from it is actually like second to none. So I have no regrets about shopping there, because you can really find the best of the best there, in my opinion. So yeah, we're gonna meander some more. All right, we are now in Gion. It's like the traditional geisha district here in Kyoto. We are here for what is probably one of the most popular new Japanese brands in the kind of like vintage Americana reproduction universe, Takahashi. They have a really cool store in Tea Room here in Gion. So yeah, I'm not expecting them to have anything in my size, mainly because they don't make anything larger than like a medium large. There are a couple pairs of pants that I would be interested in trying out, and the store manager is a buddy of mine, so it'll be cool to see him for the first time in a year and just chop it up for a bit. I think it's like, oh, it's that one, I think. Shit, dude, I don't remember. I need to look at the map. It's so nondescript. And there's all these signs that say, don't Instagram, no influencers allowed. Yeah, here we are. Here we are. 3 white flags. You can kind of see the clothes in there. Big success at Taiga. Staff actually remembered me from last year. It's the second time it's happened to me. Today in Kyoto. So shout out to all the lovely retailers out here. I don't know, shopping at this point is such like a relationship / vibes driven thing. Oh shit, these people are getting married. But yeah, I mean, this sounds really dumb. This is why good hospitality and service is so integral to the retail experience. If you don't do it right, if you come off as pushy or, you know, inauthentic or whatever, it just doesn't sit right. You don't feel good about your purchase. You don't associate positive memories with your time at the store, especially if you're on the other side of the world, right? Yeah, the Taiga Takahashi store, TT as it's called. TT was too turnt, and the retail staff are lovely, English speaking, super friendly, nothing but positive things to say. We got the bag, baby. And critically, this is my ultra big genius brain in action. It's like 4 o'clock right now. The sun's gonna go down in like 30-40 minutes. I'm still gonna be stomping around outside. It's gonna get a little bit chilly, except guess what? I've got a denim jacket on me now. I'm just gonna toss that bad boy on, and we're gonna start breaking it in and getting those sick fades from day 0 here in lovely Kyoto, Japan. Oh yeah, the other thing about Kyoto that I love, especially this time of day, this is, in my mind, the best place in the world. Here on the Kamo River. This is like the Seine in Paris, but not dirty and lovely. And you've got these willows, and people are out and about, walking, riding bikes, running. I'm gonna run this tomorrow morning, but it's just so sick seeing the locals chilling out on the banks of the river, having a snack, having a little beer. It's like, imagine living here and being able to do that with your buddies whenever you want, you know? Like, what a great quality of life that brings you. My hotel's kind of more in the middle of the city. It's near one of the subway lines. You come a little bit further east to the river here, and it really feels different because, I mean, again, you have the river literally like rushing, and you can see the people there on the bank. Then on the other side, you have the mountains. I wouldn't call it the mountains yet. It's more like the rolling hills surrounding Kyoto. You know, that's where like the Fushimi Inari shrine is, where Kiyomizudera is. And it's just like, it feels like you're in Princess Mononoke land. It's so sick. Like, bro, I'm trying to be this zenned out. I think today's Monday. I'm trying to be this zenned out on a Monday.
The next morning.
Morning run on the Kamo River. God, I hate to be a stupid running influencer, but join the Kyoto Run Club, guys. It's just me. There's no run clubs here, thank God. There are tons of people running, walking their dogs. It's a beautiful morning. It's like, it's 8 a.m. It's 8 a.m. All the real runners are already done. They woke up at 6. But, yeah, dude, I love this run so much. I'm gonna try to do it again tomorrow. Might be raining all day tomorrow, but I don't know to what extent. So, I guess we'll see. Oh, such a lovely morning. I love this place, man. Just any time of day. You guys come to Kyoto. I've said it before. I'll say it again. If you guys come to Kyoto, you need to come here. If you don't come here, consider it a literal transgression and book another trip immediately. All right, gotta run. What's up, everybody? Welcome to my hotel room here in Kyoto. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'd figure I'd just tell you guys about some of the things that I have picked up here in Japan while it's fresh, you know? We're starting off with a really cool little denim jacket from one of my favorite Japanese brands, Takahashi, named after the designer Taiga Takahashi himself, who recently, unfortunately, passed away. He basically had this really extensive clothing archive of Americana from the early 1900s. Kind of very similar vibes as like Visvim 10 years ago, if I'm being honest, in terms of like very referential to true vintage Americana versus, you know, let's take a reference and then put our own spin on it. So that's kind of like where Visvim's gone. Taiga Takahashi, up till now, has been like, here's a 1920s JCPenney type 2 jacket, and let's like dissect the fabric on this dead stock pair and then like recreate it. Unlike other Japanese reproduction brands, because there are so many, there's just something a little like, it's very faithful reproductions, but there's that artisanal element, which is like, it's the Visvim thing again, you know, like this patch right here is mud dyed. On a traditional Japanese reproduction brand, you would find a reproduction of the actual like dead stock tag, whereas this is like a bit of a nod. It's like, oh no, this is that one special little detail, a little mud dyed leather hit. But otherwise, I mean, it's just a really nice lightweight denim jacket. Snap buttons. It's got this cool little it's almost like a 13 star, but it's got this like almost like a motion blur effect as it goes out radially. White ear selvage, back buckle on the back, and it just works. It's nice and easy. I mean, it's not reinventing the world. This is size 42. It's the largest size they make. Taiga's sizing is hilariously small for all of what I consider to be the cool things. Like all the hoodies, crews, sweats, jackets, leather, like they all fit absolutely tiny because again, not only are they like true vintage style, but they just don't make above a size large. They're going to be making larger sizes to accommodate to Western audiences more and more as the brand expands, but it's still very small scale. And so for that reason, it's very limited in their production of especially larger sizes. So this is a size 42. I was really happy that they had it, first of all. I think it's just a really handsome denim. It's definitely indigo, but it's got like that depth and character. And it looks a little bit gray, a little bit black in certain lighting. I know I'm harping on and on, but I mean, there's so many brands that are making like Type 2 style jackets with the knife pleating and the two pockets. So when you see something on the rack that speaks out to you, at least for me, there's kind of this like extrinsic factor. It's like, why, what leads me to this versus like the Levi's or Pure Blue Japan or insert brand here. I think it really just comes down to how this denim is made. There's just something about it where when I see it, I say, oh, yeah, I'd wear that. I like this denim so much that I got the matching pants to fit. We gotta step into the bathroom for this one, but I hope this is coming across on camera, but I got these Taiga Takahashi lot 704 buckleback jeans. You guys can look at my ass. This is like what I would consider their flagship product. It's certainly their most popular style, and it's sold out everywhere. So I was really lucky that I was able to get myself a pair. Yeah, I won't reveal too many details. I have to gatekeep a little bit, guys, but I will say if you do see these pants come up for sale somewhere and you're interested in like a wide leg, lightweight selvage denim pair, get it. It's got all the vintage details, back buckle, suspender, what are these called? Suspender holder button thingies. Yeah, this is based off of like an early 1900s JCPenney store brand denim called Foremost. And there's like a write-up about this on the Taiga Takahashi website that I recommend you guys look into. Size-wise, I went true to size 32, very high-waisted, Kylo Ren type beat, because they're vintage inspired. Actually, not even inspired, they're just vintage reproduction. Long story short, I stay true to size. And it gives me the ability to like wear them high-waisted and do a belt or cinch it, or I can kind of like wear them a little bit lower on the waist, play with the silhouette like that. It's a very versatile pant. So I'm really, really excited to wear these, like truly wear these over time. Another pair of pants that I brought with me that I bought last year here in Kyoto at this vintage store called Homies. P44 non-monkey pant, but just like with the, the 3D cargo pocket. I wear these so much. Like I've done repairs on the pockets, on the butt, you might show up, on the button fly. Like I wear these to shit, and that's because they're so versatile. And I'm hoping that because this denim has a very similar fit, it'll be equally versatile in my closet. Now with raw denim, you gotta work for it a little bit, right? You gotta break it in, you gotta make it fit to your body. It's not as easy as a cotton herringbone pair of pants, but I digress. I'm excited. This guy right here is real special. Isvim IT made in Italy leather jacket that I had pre-ordered about 10 months ago. Isvim does the trunk show. This 101 stood out to me because the leather on it was this like ivory color. I'm trying to find something similar, but it was this almost like a beige. So I've wanted a leather in that kind of color range, and when I saw the trunk show sample for this 101 jacket at the start of the year, that's exactly what I want. I love the 101 silhouette. I have the 101XX. I made a video about it. I wear it all the time. And evidently, I like the Type 2 trucker style fit. So, bada bing, bada boom, let's make it happen. Critically, the color is called yellow. So, but sometimes, like most of the time actually, Visvim's color naming makes no sense. Like they have black and it looks gray, or they'll have navy and it looks purple. Like it just doesn't make sense sometimes, and you just have to roll the punches. It's time to receive the jacket 9-10 months later, And it looks like this. It's like this banana yellow color, and the distressing on it is like totally different compared to what was shown at the trunk show, and like even compared to the other colorways that released. There was like a brown and a khaki olive, which low key, not that I wish that I got, but I am also interested in getting, let's put it that way. This yellow one just looked fundamentally different. Like the other ones looked like they're made out of like leather, like lambskin leather, which is what this material is. This one looks like it's made out of a suede, like a deerskin suede. And Visvim makes a fantastic deerskin suede, but it's a totally different price point. It's Visvim, so no returns, no refunds. But I finally get it in, and this thing has grown on me so much. I love this jacket. First of all, the fit is really, really special. Look at that. I think it's so cute. I think it drapes beautifully. I think the color work, like yellow on me, I think is one of those really, I feel confident wearing yellow compared to red, orange, blue even. It will hopefully just get dirtier, because one of the things that drew me to the sample was how dirty it was. And that's part of the damage process that you're essentially paying for. And this one didn't really have that. It looked quite clean comparatively. The light brown and the khaki ones that retailers got and that people were able to purchase off the rack after production. The different colors had variances in the production, is what I'm saying. Despite it all, I swear to God, I'm not justifying this and rationalizing it in my head. Like, I genuinely love this thing. It's so sick. Yeah, I guess while we're here, I'll show you guys some of the other things that I brought, because I don't think I ever talked about them on video, and a lot of them actually I got while I was here in Japan last year. And they're some of my favorite pieces to date. First piece, this is a Visvim Spring Summer 22 Campus Sweat short sleeve, ivory, cotton cashmere blend. It drapes beautifully. It's a short sleeve crew neck with, ribbing on the sleeves. And why I love this so much is because of how versatile and wearable it is year round, how light and easy to wear it is. The campus silhouette was only done for one season, Spring 22, and it's like a very collegiate inspired season. This has a slightly different fit. I want to say that it's in between the Am Plus and the Jumbo. So I really love this one. It's like an underrated banger. I bought this last year in Kyoto because it was getting cold at night, and I needed something that wasn't like a hoodie or a crew neck. This is another piece that I'm traveling with. This is from the Indigo Camping Trailer collection. A lumber shirt from Fall Winter 21 in natural dye, mud dyed. So there was something, There was something about this piece when I saw it, and I saw it on my friend Christian. It looks like a flannel that you get at like Walmart or Kmart or something, but because it's such a simple plaid, but there's just something about the colors and the buttons and just like the overall execution of this piece that is perfect. It's a cotton linen blend, so it's nice and light and airy. And I cropped it, so you can see it's got like a bit of a raw hem going on here, because for some reason this particular lumber shirt was down to here. It was so long, and even this size 3 fits closer to a 4 in other lumber shirts. So I don't know what went on with the making of this, but I mean, I like it. This fits like a true overshirt on. Yeah, I know that this is kind of like a grail for a lot of people, because it was one of those low-key pieces I think that dropped, and it had a really exorbitant price tag on it. I think it was like $1,800 because of the mud dye again, which is, again, no justification. I bought this secondhand for like half that. And that's about as much as I would pay for it, or that I recommend paying for it. There's a real surprising demand for them. Also, Hiroki ended up wearing this like a year or two ago, and so obviously all the Asian hype beasts and like Hiroki fanboys just went psycho over it. I got a lot of questions on these on Instagram. These are my sunglasses. These are Jacques Marimage Deveau. It's one of their smaller silhouettes. It's very like mid-century, mid-20th century vibes. Very classical shape. What I like about these is obviously the chunky acetate, the blackish, brownish colorway, gold hardware. It's just a little bit of fun, you know? And then what makes these very special is the lenses are custom. So they came with blue lenses, but I ended up switching them out for these like brownish ones. So it's just like a tonal kind of chocolate look. And I wear these all the time. I'm sure you've seen them in other parts of the video. Jacques Marimage's sunglasses are normally very wide, and it creates this like weird effect. So slimmer, smaller sunglasses, I think, suit my face better. Anyway, that's all, guys. I've got to clean up this mess now and catch my train. So, thanks for watching. Little Tokyo run. It's a terrible morning for a run, I'm not gonna lie. Too much izakaya food last night. Haven't had coffee yet. I'm actually running to get coffee right now at a place in Shibuya, which is like clear across town from where I'm staying, which makes it a great place to run to and back. Running in Tokyo is normally really nice because, we need to turn there. It's really nice normally in the morning because like people aren't really out until about 11 a.m. As you get closer to it, there's more and more people commuting within the city. But like right now it's 8 o'clock or so, and there's a lot of cars on the road, but not too many pedestrians. And so that combined with the fact that the streets are really clean and the major streets are relatively straightforward makes a pretty decently enjoyable running experience in the city. The only tough part is getting caught at these lights. Okay, well here there's actually cars turning, but sometimes it's literally like a light and no one seems to be moving. And because it's Japan, no one jaywalks. It's like pretty cold. So whenever I'm running, it feels great, but the moment I stop, it gets a little chilly-billy. So I need this light to turn green, guys. A little sesame latte from Woodbury Coffee Roasters in Shibuya. Oh, it's so good. Got a little black sesame, a little brown sugar, a little bit of charcoal. Can't go wrong. This hits so hard right now because it's overcast. The milk froth is just perfect. Want to see something crazy? It's like 9 a.m. Store doesn't open until 11. This is the Aura Leaf store, the line. It's crazy. It's a store down there. All for the Tekla collab. It's coming out today. Man, Japanese people love to line up for shit. They are pros at lining up. Props to them. Not me though. This is why running a city is so cool, because you see parts of the city architecture that you... Damn, he looked at me so judgingly for vlogging. He said, fuck off, Gaijin. Well, yeah, you get to see parts of the city that you probably wouldn't have otherwise seen, or at least from vantage points and angles you wouldn't have seen. I've never been in this part of like the Aoyama, Roppongi area. I vaguely know where I am, but I've certainly never seen this. What maps took me through, they're like, nah, we don't want you to take the main street. We want you to take this like sculpture garden obstacle course with stairs and a public bathroom. Bro, this is the kookiest morning run of my life.
一番上のやつこれです。
これですって見せてください。わかります。
この感じでいいのかな。
ワールドカップに出場する選手を皆さん
いきますね。いいですか。だから。